Alright, she is rolling out to grab the first load. She's going to go out back and unload out of that one pit off of barn 8. Jared's getting a tractor hooked on there now. So we'll get the first load going in and the first load going out all at the same time. Well, she'll go ahead and get into place, get loaded. Jared's actually using the newer crawler in this back pit here. Like it's just about there. Yeah, there we have it. Well, I got the first bit of manure going in that tanker, and Jared's agitating with this new toss crawler. Getting things really stirred up here. See how thick it is down in underneath. We got thick manure coming around on the tires there. Those tires aren't quite touching. Well, they might be touching a little bit, but not by much. Between the load port on the tank and the front of the trailer, there's a bobber with a float on it. Once that comes up, she'll know that she has a load on. Bobber's starting to come up some. What do you think of the crawler? Yeah. All right. Well, I'll follow Alex to the field, and there goes the first load. Heading on out the driveway on this tanker. Now we'll walk over and we'll look at Jared's tanker quick while she's headed to the field. Basically the same setup as that one there. That one's about 1.5 feet. I believe it's 1.5 feet shorter. But both of these tanks, they took like 6 foot out of. They cut them, took 6 foot out, and pulled everything all back together and welded it. But this one here is just a little longer is all, but everything else is set up the same. This one was cut right here, all welded back together. We got all of the same stuff on this one as what is on that one that Alex has got. So we'll head to the field now, get a little video of her pulling up and unloading the first load, and then we've got to get back into the shop. I've got a few projects that I didn't figure on doing, but they kind of came at us here. We better hurry up and get to the field. Alex might beat us there. We're only hauling about maybe 3 miles away from the farm. They're running in from one direction and coming back, kind of going in a little bit of a circle. That way loaded trucks aren't meeting each other on these back roads here. So we'll be there in a couple minutes. Well, she's just pulling up to the edge of the field. Better than a year ago, back last December of 22, the 9560 tossed its cookies right about where that little manure spot is on the road. And we loaded it over here right by that driveway, right about where Alex is pulled up with that trailer there. So Christian's over here with the spreader. We're not using the frac tank currently because we're jumping around a little bit. And we didn't bother setting the frac tank up. So he's off on the other side of the field, spreading Sarge's load off. Alex is just kind of checking things over here to see how that line will work. He should probably pull up. Hey! Just pull up and load right here. Don't worry about loading at the driveway. Cable TV lines are a little low, but she should be able to swing out from underneath that. And then she hasn't got to be up as high because the field is quite a bit lower than the road. So we'll wait till that spreader gets here and we'll watch her offload some. Got the PTO engaged. That'll give hydraulic power to that valve body back on the trailer. She's just got to get that boom lifted up. And Christian's coming with a 9320 and spreader. So she got out that time to just get acclimated a little bit to how that's all going to work. So Christian will get backed into place. We'll start offloading. What do you think? You're gonna be able to get used to this smaller tanker, the shorter tanker? Oh boy. They put new injector tips and boots on this spreader yesterday. And the ground isn't froze. The ground's actually pretty good as far as being dry. Enough to get around. Today is February 12th, Monday, February 12th. And on that remote, what she'll be able to do is she'll open up the knife valve, or the valve that closes off the manure coming to the pump, and then simultaneously the load port will open up. We do want to change things around a little bit, so you got to open the 12-inch valve. And as that 12-inch valve opens, and then turn the, yeah, there we go. So now it's offloading. We do want to change things up a little bit here so that the agitate and swing boom will work simultaneous with each other, so it'll run one or the other. Got to switch things around a little bit. Jared has that set up that way on the other tanker that's just like this one. What do you think there, boss?
It's a
new trailer. We didn't even christen it yet. We're loading it, you know. So we were nervous. We were very nervous.
I was nervous. I thought you'd be coming up this road ground.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Yeah. So watch out for that hill on that other side. That can get a little goofy. There's a wet spot in behind these houses too. So, all right, we'll see how things go here. This truck holds just what that tanker holds just what this truck's going to be able to deliver to it. So we have to make sure when you're doing this, you need to watch things, because sometimes that tanker won't quite hold the trailer and you end up overflowing, but it should be pretty good. We'll climb up on here and look down in the tank. Alright, so it is offloaded. She's just making sure her valves are shut the way they should be. Now on these Diller tanks, our tanks don't have a knife valve that shuts the manure off before it can get to the actual fan assembly, fan housing. And that's not good, because sometimes it'll get a stone lodged as you're traveling from the farm to the field, and then the damn fan don't want to start. And you either have to whack on the housing with a sledgehammer to try to jar the rock loose, or you have to take it all the way back to the farm and offload it. So where that pipe sets down in the tank, that pipe will be able to drain itself, and that works as a loading port as well. So we'll go ahead and get back to the shop. I've got a couple of things that I'm working on that you'll see here later on. So, nice day to spread manure. All right, that's gonna do it for this one. She'll head back to the farm and get another load.